Guy Hutton is a senior advisor for water, sanitation and hygiene at Unicef. He's responsible for economics, financing and systems strengthening across Unicef's programs across the world. Guy, welcome to the program. Can you tell us about, well, the acronym is WASH, isn't it? The initiative that you're a part of. First of all, tell us about that and what it's doing.
Thank you very much. So, well, first of all, I'd like to wish you a very happy World Toilet Day. It may sound like a strange greeting, but we have to be cognizant that 2 billion people, or 26% of the world's population, still does not have a safe, convenient and private place to go to the toilet. And the waste of a further 2.2 billion people are not treated safely, and it pollutes our environment. So we're unfortunately very off track to meet the global goals set up on safe sanitation and hygiene by 2030. But we have a lot of hopeful things that we expect will allow us to get close to those targets in the next 10 years.
This is an issue of security, it's an issue of human dignity, and it's an issue of development, as well as probably many other things. Talk to us about the development issue here. How does having a toilet lead to development in your community, your neighborhood, your state, and then your country?
Good question. So I agree with you that water and sanitation are fundamental for economic growth, and they can also provide dignified employment for millions of people. If we don't invest more, we'll still have populations sick with many preventable diseases. It also prevents children, especially girls, going to and completing their education. And we should remember that women and girls bear the brunt of collecting water from far away, to the tune of 1 trillion hours every year. And so also we have to, as we saw in the clip from India, we have to remember the indignities suffered by 800 million people who defecate in the open. So undoubtedly, it is a major development issue. Governments have a critical role to play, as sanitation is a public good in need of public financing. But the challenge is that governments in less economically developed countries don't have the sufficient resources to pay for the required costs. And so also people don't have the funds to invest, or they don't understand fully the benefits. So we believe that all of society has a role to play. In India, as we saw, we've seen civil society playing a key role in behavior change campaigns and working with communities to ensure that no one is left behind. We've also seen the private sector stepping up to be service providers. And this was helped in India by the generous government subsidy for poor people. And also, there's the international community can play a key role by bringing in loans and grants to cover the deficit. Importantly, we also need to recognize the whole of government approach, seeing sanitation as fundamental to poverty eradication, food production, child nutrition, the education of the next generation, and the quality of care in health centers and hospitals.
Sure. Listen, just to back up one of the many points you've made there, the statistic is that globally more than 800 children under the age of 5 die every single day from diarrheal diseases related to water, sanitation and hygiene. An absolutely mind-numbing statistic. Just finally, if you don't mind, the issue of security. So when Narendra Modi came to power, and then a few years ago, he said that he wanted to make sure that every single citizen in India had a toilet. And around the same time, we as a news organization were reporting on the rape of women in India, and it became an international issue, the amount of women that are raped in India. And then the two kind of became connected, because people were saying that if a woman in the middle of the night can't use a toilet inside her home and has to leave the security of her residence, then of course she's more vulnerable. So security then becomes an issue. And you're talking about something as simple as a toilet.
Absolutely, yes. I mean, they're very connected. We don't have statistics on the issue of rape, but clearly the issues are very connected. And we also understand in a time such as COVID, when people are not supposed to leave their homes, that would have been impossible to assure the safety of the population. So Having a private place, it's not just about rape, it's about safety overall, and convenience and dignity. So certainly there are many, many benefits that we can say come from owning something as simple as a toilet at home.
Guy, thank you so much indeed. Guy Hutton, Senior Advisor at Unicef.